Good morning, doctors and friends. We're from HGDP1, and today we're going to tell you about tuberculosis in children. So, tuberculosis, or TB, is a well-known respiratory disease caused by a bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is a global health concern, with tuberculosis infecting 10 million new people each year, and as much as 1.5 million people die each year because of tuberculosis in 2019, based on WHO data. 2 out of 10 children are infected with TB in developing countries such as Indonesia and India. Several risk factors have been identified for a population who is more susceptible to develop TB later on, and this includes children who are still under 5 years of age. TB has started to mutate into drug-resistant types, which is more difficult to diagnose and treat.
My name is Aizarwesa Prasetyo, it's student number 144. So I'm going to explain about the definition of tuberculosis. Tuberculosis disease is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is a fastidious aerobic acid-fast bacillus. The germs that cause tuberculosis are transmitted from person to person through the air. When a person with TB coughs, sneezes, or talks, the germs are released into the air, then people nearby may inhale those germs and become sick.
Hello, my name is Melania, number 195, so I will explain about the epidemiology tuberculosis in children. Tuberculosis is arguably one of the major deadly diseases affecting children in developing countries, causing the death approximately more than 80,000 children annually, and with over 500,000 new ill with TB each year. The prevalence of TB in children in developing countries is estimated at 10–20%. Frequency of childhood TB in the population range from 2.5 in Japan, 80.5% in Tanzania, and Indonesia, 8.5% with its younger population. Thank you.
My name is Christopher Yongasa, student number 172. I will explain the risk factor for TB in children. Children is more at risk for TB if they live with someone who has TB or living in an unhealthy environment. Children aged 4 years and under are most susceptible to TB infection related to the immune system. Immunocompromised states also affect the increased risk of TB in children. Immunocompromised states in children can be caused by HIV, diabetes, corticosteroid therapy, chemotherapy, severely malnourished, children who are not vaccinated with BCG. Thank you.
TB is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The organism is neither gram-positive nor gram-negative because of very poor reaction with the gram stain. Weakly positive cells can sometimes be demonstrated on gram stain, a phenomenon known as ghost cells. The organism has several unique features compared to other bacteria, such as the presence of several lipids in the cell wall, including mycolic acid, cord factor, and wax-D. These bacteria are spread from person to person through tiny droplets released into the air via cough and sneezes.
Good morning everyone, my name is Nian Ruliandari with the last 3-digit number is 131, and I'm going to present about the pathophysiology of tuberculosis. So the first is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and it will get inhaled and come into alveoli. And in the alveoli, it will meet PAMs, or pulmonary alveolar macrophages, which is its function is to ingest the bacterium. So if it is strong enough, then it will destruct the bacteria or the bacilli. But if it isn't, which is usually caused by immunocompromised disease, then the bacilli will get stronger and will replicate inside the macrophage, then destruct the PAMs. And the destruction of PAMs will create the tubercle formation, or usually called by primary focus. Then it will spread into the lymphogenic tube by lymphatic vessels, then cause the lymphangitis. And it will spread to lymphatic glands too, then cause lymphadenitis. And when the three of them are already being formulated, then the primary complex will be created, and it will stimulate the CMI, or cellular mediated immunity. Then it will cause the primary TB.
Hello, my name is Jeremy with student number 083. I'm going to explain about the clinical manifestation of tuberculosis in children. The progression risk and clinical manifestations of tuberculosis in childhood and adult differ markedly due to two main factors: patient's age and immune condition. Pulmonary manifestations found on most children who develop disease within 2 until 12 months from initial infection. Primary parenchymal disease is the most common manifestation of the disease, and this can lead to symptoms and physical signs of lung disease such as pneumonia due to the visual grouping and calcification. There are also other clinical manifestations such as fever, neck sweat, cough, hemoptysis, and dyspnea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the chance that given to me. My name is Rafael Kurnia Pratama Tokan with the last 3-digit number of my student registration number is 055. Okay, for the diagnosis of TB in children, we could do anamnesis, physical examination, screening, and other examination. For the first one is anamnesis. We could do it to find any symptoms related to TB and history of contact with TB patient. And for the physical examination, we could find any sign that's related to TB, and for the screening, we could do tuberculin skin test and interferon gamma assay, relay assay or IgRA, which is the screening test only conclude that the patient has been infected by TB, but we could not conclude if the patient has TB disease or only latent TB infection. And in order to find the answer, we could do a laboratory test, and also this laboratory test could be the confirmation diagnostic, and the laboratory test itself could be done by two kind of examination. The first one is acid-fast bacillus smear, or for example, Ziehl-Neelsen and Quignon methods, and the other one is bacterial culture. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your chance.
Hello, my name is Putri Indria and my last 3 number is 200, and I'm going to mention about the differential diagnosis of tuberculosis in children. There are bacterial pneumonia, tuberculous pneumonia, fungal pneumonia, pleural effusion, actinomycosis, aspergillosis, bronchiectasis, pericarditis, lung abscess, congenital syphilis, as well as cytomegalovirus infection. That's all about the differential diagnosis of tuberculosis in children. Thank you.
My name is Iwan Putasari, student number 125. I'll explain about the management of tuberculosis in children. So the treatment of TB in children and adults generally has the same principles and RUC. Active TB with positive acid-fast bacillus test and severe TB in children, we use combination of 4 anti-tuberculosis drugs, including isoniazid, rifampin, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol as first-line regimen. But in clinically TB with negative acid-fast bacillus test, we use isoniazid, rifampin, and pyrazinamide in the initial phase for 2 months, and followed by rifampicin and isoniazid in the continued phase for 4 months. As shown at the table in the screen, we can see the daily dosage of each drugs. Isoniazid, we use 10 mg per kilogram per day with maximum dosage 300 mg per day. Rifampin, 15 mg per kilogram per day with maximum dosage 600 mg per day. Pyrazinamide, 35 mg per kilogram per day. Ethambutol, 20 mg kilogram per day. Periodic zinc supplementation is only needed when TB in children are accompanied by nutritional deficiencies, TB with symptomatic HIV infections, or children who are breastfeeding.
My name is Inyoman Wigahayoga with NIM 109. I will explain about the prognosis of tuberculosis in children. If tuberculosis can be diagnosed correctly, the patient can recover completely without any disability. However, this may become a challenge in some patients, like children. It because the accurate statistic on tuberculosis in children can be hard to obtain because under recognition of the disease and challenge in confirming the diagnosis. Tuberculosis in children are so often confused with bacterial pneumonia because the radiographic and clinical manifestations are less specific. This makes the treatment become late, and if left untreated, may cause death. In 2015, World Health Organization estimates there are 210,000 deaths from tuberculosis in children. It has been known that tuberculosis disproportionately affects younger children, and the mortality is highest in children under 4 years old.
Hello, my name is Timothy Alcunia with last 3 digits of student number 006. So in conclusion, TB or tuberculosis is a disease caused by fastidious aerobic and acid fast bacillus called Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and this disease already responsible for 80,000 deaths in children, with over than 500,000 new cases annually. And the most dominant risk factor for TB in children is weak immune system that can be caused by HIV infection, diabetes, corticosteroid malnutrition, and chemotherapy. So the Mycobacterium tuberculosis is neither gram-positive nor gram-negative. So it can be very hard to be identified with gram staining. But in the other hand, they can be identified by using the Ziehl-Neelsen staining. And the transmission of TB itself is through the respiratory system. So it will start by the inhalation of the pathogen, and then people or children with poor immunological response will be vulnerable to the exposure, and then the TB will invade the lung and will create a primary focus gone lesion, which bring the bacteria to spread via lymph node and lymph glands that can cause inflammation such as lymphangitis and lymphadenitis. And then the incubation period for MTB itself is varied from 2 to 12 weeks in order for the bacteria to grow to be virulent enough to stimulate the cellular immune response. The common clinical manifestation of MTB or tuberculosis in children is pulmonary manifestation such as pneumonia, fissure blood, and calcification. And the other clinical symptoms can be followed by night sweats, fever, cough, hemoptysis, and dyspnea. And the diagnosis for this TB can be diagnosed by using a good anamnesis, screening of the clinical symptoms such as the night sweats, fever and hemoptysis, and etc. And we can also use tuberculin test, tuberculin skin test or TST, and IgRA or interferon gamma release assay. And we can also use the Ziehl-Neelsen staining in order to analyze the sputum, urine, or cerebrospinal fluid. And in LTB cases or the latent TB, there are no indication for the TB disease, but the result is positive for the TB infection. And the differential diagnosis for TB are bacterial pneumonia, tuberculosis pneumonia, fungal pneumonia, and etc. and other diseases that have similar symptoms with TB. The management of TB can be done by using the 4 combination of drugs such as isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol, which is the first regimen for the initial phase, and then it will be followed by continued phase with only rifampicin and isoniazid. And in children, usually they will also add pyridoxine in order to prevent the complication that caused by the isoniazid usage. And the prognosis of TB itself is good if the disease can be diagnosed and treated properly. And usually this can be a quite challenge in children because they are under recognition in confirming the diagnosis, and this case they usually makes the disease left untreated. Thank you.